Greetings, I am TiPit, and I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of overview of how I make videos. First step of making videos is to get the idea. Now, to get the idea, you just got to think of what you want to do. Personally, I have always like a bunch of ideas running around my mind, and most of the time I try to choose the one that I think is most appropriate to the situation, the time, and all that. If something crazy happens, something on the internet that happens, something that's gonna create a buzz. For instance, I found a really cool glitch. I'm gonna try to post it as soon as possible, especially if it's on a new game or something. Or if there's something related to PewDiePie or something that I just found out, or that's really interesting, I try to post about that because I know that that's the moment and I can't miss that out. But otherwise, most of the time what I do is I just have a bunch of ideas and then I just think of them and I just think of them, keep them in the back of my head, and when I come to create a video, I'll be like, okay, so this is probably what I'm going to work on, or this is what I want to work on the most, or I have the footage for it or whatever. So that's the idea section. Now number two is the work section. So like you get the footage. So you want to like record footage if you have to, or like do some sort of face cam if you have to, separate or within. You also have to get your script down. So whatever you want to say, you got to have an idea of it. Personally, I used to write scripts, only a little bit though, almost nothing. I write scripts only for extremely specific videos or something, but I almost never write scripts. For instance, this is ad-libbed. Right here, I have an idea of what I want. I have points in my mind organized, and I tell myself, okay, so this is how I'm going to present it, and I just go with it. And I feel it feels way more natural just to go at it like free lib, and instead of just having it written down. So that's what you do. Then you get the video footage all together, and then you get your stuff ready and you're ready to go. You can start compiling it, like slicing it, making it all right on timing and everything, and you got yourself some cool stuff. Now number three is the finalizing section. Now the finalizing section is to deal with like how you're going to upload it to YouTube and stuff. So you upload it to YouTube after having finalized, made sure you had the right music and all that stuff. And now when it gets onto YouTube, now you got to think real hard, because like the thing is that every step of the way can ruin you. If you mess up on any one of these steps, you're done. Like if you don't plan very well, you're not going to have a very good video. If you don't edit and work on the footage well, you're going to have an ugly looking video. And if you don't finalize the video on YouTube well, nobody's going to see the video because it's not going to be optimized. So what you have to do is you have to add text. So you have to have large enough but not too large. You have to have links in your stuff, and you have to have it including what's in the video, and make it interesting. You want it to be engaging. Like, hey, what's up guys? Will get boring. Everybody sees that all the time. You need something that will catch somebody's attention. Something like, I am the worst player. I absolutely hate myself. So that's gonna get some attention. So you got to work on that. Also, you have to add the right type of tags. If you don't get the right type of tags, people searching on YouTube will never find your stuff. So this always depends on the type of video. In the planning stage, you're going to have organized to see if you want to have an evergreen video, the type of video that doesn't get a lot of views all of a sudden, but will continuously get views for sometimes even years on end. I still get views on one of my old videos from 2 years ago, because it's an evergreen video. It's an informative video, so it continues getting views because people are always wondering that question, how do I do this? They search it up, find my video, they watch it. And then there is the viral videos, which get boom and bang. They're no longer useful. As soon as they've gotten all their views quickly, nobody ever sees that again. Nobody cares. So you got to think of that and think of how pertinent this is going to be, and you got to put the right context and right information. Now, number four is the thumbnail section. Now this is probably the most crucial of all the elements, to be honest, because the thumbnail is the absolute most awesome piece that you have. If you have an ugly thumbnail, you're done for. Nobody's gonna click on the video. It can have the most interesting text, it can have the most interesting title, it can have all the right tags, but if it looks ugly like death, nobody's gonna touch it. So you really gotta work on the thumbnail very well. What you want in a thumbnail, there's two different ways of going through, well actually there's three different ways of going through to thumbnails. If you're used to the old YouTube style, just don't put a thumbnail, just use the thumbnails, the three sections that YouTube offers, and click on one of them that you think works best. There we go, easy peasy. But most of the time that's going to look pretty sick and ugly. But sometimes it can actually work well. If you get the right moment that just got clicked take that one. It's gonna be great. People are gonna look at that and be like, "Ha, that looks funny," or "That looks interesting." That can always work. But otherwise, you're gonna have to do one of these two things. You're gonna have to edit a thumbnail yourself. So what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to find a nice background, an idea or something, or maybe some sort of texture or a pattern or something. You put that as background, and like maybe on the front of it you're gonna put like your face exploding or something, or some text. And you're gonna have to have the text. You have to have a font that what you want is your text to be clear. You don't want the text and the background to sort of be mushing together. You want it to be clear, but at the same time, not too clear. If you put text that is flourishing with colors, it's going to be chaotic, and it's just going to not work at all with the image. So you got to have it that works well in the colors and in the style. So don't put some sort of like cursive on like a hardcore gameplay. That's going to be disgusting most of the time. So you gotta have to think of your thing, and especially if you want to be special, you have to be crazy with it, but at the same time not too crazy. So that's always the problem. You want to be crazy, but not too crazy. One of my friends does stuff that's way too crazy. Another one of my friends does stuff that's not crazy enough. Nobody clicks on his videos, nobody clicks on his videos. Both of them are out. But I have to try to find that one little element, crazy enough but not too crazy. It needs to be legible but interesting. That's what he needs. So you got to think of that. And the third way of doing a thumbnail is basically you just be like, okay, what do I have? What's the title? Or what will catch people's attention? Just Google online, find an image, take that, drop it as your thumbnail. Boom, got it. I actually did that for one of my videos, and it's surprising. Simple is best in many ways when it comes to thumbnails, because the thumbnail is really small. Keep that in mind, okay? Don't put too much text. I've seen a lot of people put too much text. I used to do that too. It's ugly. Nobody will see that. Nobody can read that. Like, it's gonna be terrible, so you can't do that. One of my videos, I have it, where's my hair, and updates. And I have a picture of Mr. Bean. I got so many clicks on that video just because people saw Mr. Bean and they didn't even read the title, possibly. They were just like, it looks like Mr. Bean, it's 2 minutes long, what can I lose? So, those are things that you have to do. So this is pretty much the movie editing process and how it goes. As you see, it's long, it's arduous, and I put a lot of time and effort into trying to understand and get the right ideas. But every step of the way you mess up, you're going to kill yourself, especially when it comes to optimizing your thumbnail or your tags. Keep that in mind. Hope it helps you guys. Have a good one.